Hello, and welcome to the channel Gaming Like a Noob. I'm the Noob, and I call myself S01E00. And as you all know, or maybe you don't, maybe you never followed my Man United series before, I got fired, so I had to start all over. And I think it's a perfect time to try something new. A little new concept when it comes to the video. The thing I'm going to try, and I'm only going to do it on this Manchester United side for now, that is, because I think it's going to take a very long time, and that is when I don't have a lot to say, and when it's just we're just ticking the days and stuff like that. I'm going to try to cut that away. Now, in the beginning, this will probably look and sound extremely weird and crazy, but it's all for you to, or for me as well. Well, not for me as well, but it's all to try to get the episodes shorter and to have a more intensive sort of thing, that there is happening something on the screen, and games are being played, or I'm searching for a player, or if I'm signing a player, or something is happening. I'm going through the inbox or something like that. So, but the problem is that it might be very weird in the beginning, because it's going to be hard for me to edit it, because I'm not very good at editing, first of all, and the second thing is that it takes a lot of time, and time is probably something that I have not so much of, so to speak. I have a bit of time at the moment, since I'm probably down with post-COVID. The symptoms are there, and but at the same time, that's only time. I am, because of those symptoms, so much tired, or so much more tired, and getting dizzy spells, and a lot of things that makes it harder for me to find the energy to do this recording. So at the same time that I'm not going to a work, spending a lot of hours there, but on the other hand, I don't have much time, because the fatigue, because of how I'm feeling at the moment, does not give me a lot of time. So no matter, well, I've just had to say that. So it's going to be a stress for time, but I'm going to try to cut it down and make more intense videos, and let you all skip when days are rolling by, which is probably a good thing as well, because it's going to take a lot of time, since I wanted a lot of players to go through and to find, and all of that. I just find it interesting to have as many leagues as possible, and I haven't activated the 11 levels of English football, but I do have activated every single country that you could, and every single league in that country. So I'm able to play in this division if I wanted to. Now, the most stupid thing of all of this is, of course, that I don't want to change clubs. I want to try and stay at Manchester United for as long as at least as long as Ferguson stayed. And as I said, I can go into Denmark, picking any teams down here, and becoming a manager of them. So yeah, I have loads of time, and it's going to take loads of time then. So, but without further ado, let's get into what I've done. as Manchester United, you don't have a lot of money to buy players when you start up. I think it was £32 million. Now, for smaller clubs, that's a lot of money, but if you want to be part of the ones fighting for the Premier League title, that's not very much money. Now, it has given me the opportunity to buy some players, but I've not been able to buy a star player. And given the team that I have, I'm set, especially now since they took away Mason Greenwood as well, which I find a bit ridiculous. I mean, yeah, I can accept when they have decided what he's going to suffer or whatever for what he's done, which is perfectly all right. I totally agree with that. He should have loads of penalties and stuff like that. You should not be doing what he did. So there's no excuse for it. But I don't think it's right to take him out of the game until you know how long he will be away and what punishments he might suffer. If he goes to jail, let's say he gets 8 months of jail time, and maybe in real life Manchester United would say, we don't want that kind of player, so we terminate his contract. It doesn't mean that his career is over. When he gets out of jail after 8 months, and there's always going to be some teams interested in him, might not be in the Premier League, might not even be in the Championship, might not even be in England, but some team is surely going to try and sign him, and some team will sign him. So I mean, yeah, as long as we don't know what's going on, they should keep him in the team like he was. As soon as you know what's going to happen with him, will most likely be in the next Football Manager 2023, that is. Give him all the things that he's been giving in real life. If he's been suspended for years, give him that. If he's going to jail, give him that. If he comes out with a fine, give him that. If he's terminated from United, give him that. Everything like that, I'm perfectly fine with. I just don't see, what should I say? I just don't see the reason why you take him away from the game before he's being judged or anything. Yeah, I think it's a shame because I think, just wait a minute, I'm just going to be making sure, but I think, yeah, I could play the Russian. They haven't taken away the Russian leagues, but I think they are suspended from playing in Europe, or maybe I'm wrong. Let's see if we can go into their schedule. Yeah, it looks like they have been banned from the European competition. Now, we don't know how long that war will last. Hopefully it will be over very quickly, because the world needs that war to be over, even if there's loads of famous politicians and other famous people and rich people that don't want it to end. They want things to be going on because they have invested a lot of money in arms factories, or whatever you call it. So yeah, but for the rest of us, we want this war to be over. We don't want this war. We suffer with the Ukrainian civilian people. I don't know about the government though, because I think there is a chance that the Ukrainian government is just as corrupt as the Russian government. So I don't know. and it's two countries that we don't get a lot of news ordinary when the world is calm and so on. It's very quiet from both Russia and from Ukraine, so you don't know very much, and you don't know how much of all of that is propaganda and how much is real. So yeah, I don't know where to. I am with the civilian people of Ukraine. I am totally on their side. When it comes to the governments, I don't know if I'm on any side. So yeah, but the civilian people, of course, they are the ones suffering through this. So yeah. Well, enough about that. But I just wanted to say my view on that. When it comes to the Russian teams, it's sort of stupid if they just remove them from European competition. So let's say I play a game here for 50 years, and then during those 50 years, the Russian teams will never get back into the European competitions, which I would not agree with. So yeah, and there's no way to change saves later on when the war hopefully is over, which is hopefully very soon. So, but without that, let's go on. Let's get this on the run here. So I'm going to start all over with Manchester United. Now, I've played a lot of, not a lot, I played because the energy I can play on my laptop when I rest and stuff like that, and sleep in between games and stuff like that. So I do play the game a lot. So I do have signed a lot of players and gotten a lot of knowledge, and I have actually a lot of young players here that I have found to be really good in some of those. In this, I haven't used any cheats, but I have in my own save, so to speak, and Jude Bellingham. That's a player that when I've looked at his hidden thingamajigs in my other saves, not in this one, is that he's been in between 160 and 100. I think the highest was 189 in potential. So you don't know if you have a world-class player or a superstar in Jude Bellingham, but he's always been having a high, at least 160 in potential. So that's, of course, somebody that you would love to get to the club. Eventually take the position of Pogba or something. So that's why I know that. And everybody knows Kylian Mbappe. On my last save, I did forget about him. That on last save that we did. So that's a player that could have saved my job in that save, because I could have gotten him for on a free transfer. The thing is, I need to get this down. I need to lower the weight budget. So I need to get rid of a lot of players that I don't need, so that the salaries go down a lot. So yeah, because I really want him. And I'm going to be competing against Real Madrid, Manchester City, Liverpool most likely, and so on and so forth. So that's important that we try to get him, because if we get him, in real life, I don't like him because he's just like Cristiano Ronaldo and a lot of other players like that, Neymar. He throws himself a lot, and I don't like those actors. I really don't like the actors, but in this game all is fair, and I would sign him any day, because he's a very good player. So yeah, Erling Haaland is of course another one that we would love to get, and Matthias de Ligt in the central defense would be a massive a boost to our defensive, which of course I would love to get. Declan Rice is should I say, a budget version of Jude Bellingham. But at the moment, yeah, he is a budget version of Jude Bellingham, but he's not anywhere near Jude Bellingham. I think when I looked at him in other saves, I think I've seen him in around 150 something, maybe 160. So yeah, it's not as good as Jude Bellingham, but yeah. Anyway, and other than that, I don't know. There is a lot of young players that I'm trying to get here. Paolo Dibala is another one of those that, well, I could see that Manchester City tried to buy him. I don't know if that bid is on still. So I don't know where I can see that as well. Let's see if there's any information. No, I do know that Manchester City did put a bid up for him for, I think it was for £46 million, but I don't know if that transfer still is on or what. I can't see where they put any, if there's any bid on him. Transfer status, major interest, minor interest. So there is interest, but there's recent offer, none. So no, they rejected the offer from sorry, brain freeze here. They rejected the offer from Manchester City for £46 million, but we are not, I believe it's August out that they have the chance to buy him. So there is a chance that he will be bought by City, but yeah, other than that, if he stays on, when his contract runs out in the summer, so I really would love to get him, that's for sure. Now, I do have Gareth Bale here, and I think I'm going to take him away, because I thought I was going to get him for a very low amount, but I tried with £3 million and stuff like that, and I think that was too much. I feel like, I know that he's very, very high on injury prone, and yeah, I do need a natural left midfielder, but not that much that I can, because he's going to be playing maybe 2 out of 5 games or something like that because of the injury problems that he has. So yeah. No chance that I'm going to do that. Anel, which I want to buy this time as well, since I am a lad from Malmo. He has gone on a loan from Malmo, so I can't buy him until he returns to Malmo. So, but that's a low budget opportunity for a good mid defender. I think he's not anywhere near where he can end up in his qualities. His potential is much higher than you can see here. His potential is quite high. Very good rating for senior club. So, but he's not there yet. He's not a star player yet. So Alfie Devine, we all know that I bought him last time. I think I have. Haven't I? I thought I did that on everybody that let's send him out as scout, because we want to have full take a good look at him. And I think they had another one that Dane Scarlett here is another one that I feel have the chance to be, I mean, 33 to 47 million pounds. Is what they want for him now. So I think he's another one of those potential superstars that is coming up in Tottenham. So yeah, but that's what I'm interested in. Here we have, they're trying to lend, and I rejected Hannibal. going out on loan, because I just feel that he's going to be a player that's going to have to play a couple of games for us, because we don't have the width of the team. We don't have the broad team, especially compared to, I mean, when we look at Rashford and stuff, he gets injured a lot, I must say. A lot. He gets injured a lot. So, Hannibal, yeah, I don't want to send him out on loan, because he's going to get some playtime for us, that's for sure. I did buy this little 17-year-old. Yeah. I think he's looks like he's got some potentials, and he was pretty cheap, and he joins us the next summer. So yeah, and the coaching staff, I've given that to the director of football and stuff like that. But let's go into who have I bought then. We can see that all of these. Do we have a Toby Collier? I didn't know we had him. Oh well, he's been bought in from Tottenham, and he seems to be an okay player, but that potential, why? Yeah. Why oh why? All of these here, Ennis, Ronaldo, Sancho, Rafael, Varane, and Collier, they are all players that were bought in during Solskjaer's period, when he was manager, of course. So that's not my money. No. So it looks like I've spent a lot, 150 million, but I've only spent on these two here, so almost 30 million. And they're both from Salzburg, because I've heard a lot of rumours about good players coming in from Salzburg. And so I found this central midfielder. And I thought this could be a good cheap, should I say, a good cheap version of Divine and them players. So I did get him. He was quite easy to get, an Austrian player. Maybe we can develop him to become one of the best Austrian players ever. That would be cool. And then we did get Karim Adeyemi, because looking now that Greenwood has left as well, we do not have a lot of attacking power in Manchester United. So those two players are the only one that I've managed to get into the club. I managed to get Alvaro Fernandez out, because I don't think that he has the potential to be a superstar here. And we did get a lot of money, I think, 3.4, and it ends up 5.75 with all the clauses and stuff like that. So I felt that was a good way. And yeah, I have a new. No, I don't. I thought I did. Let's see here. Yeah, we have a new look at our squad page here, which I like. I learned this for a couple of days ago. I would love to find out how I can centralize this, because I don't like it being aligned to the left here. I want it to be aligned center. Is there any way? Oh crap. Auto size position, is that something? All columns, I don't know. Add separators, right now what that is, but it doesn't look like I can centralize the information. I want it to be in the middle of this column here. I think that looks better. It looks great with the name, of course, in this, so you should be able to do it depending on which column you're in, I think. But this is the way it's going to be looking when we take on this new save here. We're going to get this squad page looking like this. Now, I've learned something else as well, because I try to switch in between all of this through the years, and it all started to mess things up. And I could only do this. I go by this selected position, and so if you do go over here, I do apps appearance, and we can see that he's made most appearance. I don't know where they've lent him out. It's got to be some Brazilian or something club. Yeah, he said Flamengo, since he's played so many games this season, and the season haven't started. And I could go through like this, and I wanted to see, looking at different things, like the age here, or you wanted to go through the transfer value, and then you wanted to go back. And then you have this, for me, this problem, that I would get Cristiano Ronaldo at the top. What in God's name? Why would he be on top when I have position selected? It's because you need a second. You might want position selected as the first one, and then maybe status information as your second, or the player's name as just. Oh, you can do even more of them. All right, but the thing is that I want this as the first, and then I want this as a second sorting. And what you do is you hold shift down and you press the column up here with your left button, and all of a sudden it goes on this one first. So if you pick, let's see, Tom Wheaton, he will end up. Why did he disappear? Have I done something wrong here? He shouldn't be disappearing. He should be. Oh, maybe I have this on the wrong way. Yeah, that's it. So now he ends up at the very top, and then every other goalkeeper. So if I have a right defender, he ends up on the second position, and then every goalkeeper, and then. So I found out the hard way. Took me some time, but I also now noticed that I could, if I want to, I can sort them out in a third way as well. So maybe we should have potential as the third option, but I want it on the other direction, so to speak. The one with the highest ability is highest, and then perhaps we should have this as the fourth one. So we have the position selected as the first one, position at the second one, ability in the third one, and potential ability in the fourth one. That is, if they have the same ability, the one with the highest potential ability will go higher. So yeah, you can see here that Bin-Saka is our most promising right, our best right defender, natural right defender, I should say, and has no potential to become any better. But we have Mark Jurado, who have the ability that is way beneath, but has the potential to become just as good as Van Bin-Saka. So that's an interesting thing. Varane, Maguire, Lindelof. You can see here that, I mean, if we're looking at this, we go H here. We could have that as the next one, I think. H. Because that's another interesting thing, but I don't want it in that direction. I want it, the younger they are, the higher up they should be. Because when I pick, if I'm going to pick between two, like these two here, I think I want to be picking the younger one, because especially if he has the potential. Well, let's do another in another place, like these three here. Willy Cambuana, Tyler Francis, they're all playing on the same position. They all have the same ability, and yeah, he has the better chance of becoming something, and so on and so forth. But we can't, so we can't do that. Sorry about that. I want to find something where they have the same. Well, it doesn't matter. We can take this. I mean, if they would have the same potential ability, the youngest one of them would be the one that I want to play, of course, because I want him to develop as much as possible. So, yeah. So this, I think this is the way I wanted them to be sorted out. So that's a good thing. I've learned something new as well as learning something new to you guys, I hope. But wait a minute, did the H go away? Why did the H go away? Like that. Yeah, I know. Third time. All right, we should be going with the first one because that is actually... here we can see it. No, they're 21, both of them. Yeah, here we can see it. They have the same. This is the perfect example. Well, not the perfect, but he's 18. Let's say he was 22, and this one is 16. Of course, I'm going to put my faith or my effort into Radek instead of Dermot, because the young player has the potential to reach that, since he's standing still if he's 22, and he have a way to get there in before he's 22. So yeah. So that's this is, I think this is the best way to sort them out. For me it is anyway. I think it's going to make things a lot easier. Now, I think that I'm going to try and be, when we're looking at this, I'm going to see here if we can pull Binsaka, 3 stars. Dalot has 3.5 stars potential. He is a 3 stars, just like Binsaka. So I'm thinking that might, instead of using him as a substitute, I might be using him as a first team player to give him the opportunity to reach his abilities. He's also 22, while Van Binsaka is 23. So it all makes sense for me to play Dalot before Binsaka, and having Binsaka on the bench, if, for example, Luke Shaw gets injured, I can always move Dalot over to the left side and put Binsaka in. So I'm still covered for both left and right, even though I play with Dalot. So yeah, I think that's a good choice. But I think we're going to keep this episode a little shorter as well, and I'm not going to be cutting in this episode, because I think I am on the, I have 2 days as it seems, but I'm going to speak through all of those. So let's just move it on here with this one, and we're going to play this game. It's the only game we're going to be playing in this episode, and it is the debut of this season, and hopefully we can grab 3 points here. After that, I'm going to try, as I said, to stick to the games and talking about the games and everything like that, and in the inbox. And as soon as I am about to click this thing here, I'm going to go quiet, so it's hopefully a little easier for me to see where I'm supposed to cut, because I can go by the sound, so I can find it easier. So hopefully it's going to be a more interesting look for you to view this United experience, and hopefully I will be a better manager this time than I was the last time. It is taking me some time to getting used to not having the sheets that I do when I play by myself, but at the same time this puts so much more pressure and makes the game kind of fun again. I don't have that, should I say, ability to keep myself from using those cheats when I play by myself, because when things go really bad, I start to, yeah, maybe I should do that. Maybe I just should make the striker a little better, or maybe I should search with these sheet things after a really good player that I can afford, and so on and so forth. And here, with this save, it sort of stops me. and I have to rely on what I've learned on the other saves that I played and stuff like that, and it's going to get more important for me, and hopefully I will adapt to that way as well, so that I don't get fired this time, because I love to try and get this to something like we play 30 or 40 seasons at least, or something like that, and see where we can bring United, if we can bring them to the glory that Alex Ferguson did or not. That is my hopes and dreams for this save. And if I can keep, I think I'm going to have, of course, I'm going to be feeling that on that thing as well. I'm going to try to keep it at something maybe 20-30 minutes long, and then I'll just see how many games I can put into that episode, or something like that. Or maybe I should just try out to get 3 or 4 games and see if I can end up around 20-30 minutes. So yeah, something like that anyway. So now we're going to go and play our first and only game in this episode. It's going to be Brentford at home, and it's a bit frightening, especially since I did get fired in my previous game that I played, which was the FA Cup against West Bromwich. So of course I'm a bit scared. I'm not going to use, as I said, Bin-Saka as the first choice here. I'm going to go with alot, and I'm going to go, let's see, I'm going to go with, of course, Rafael Varane, and with our little Harry Maguire. On the left defense, we will, of course, he's got some fitness concerns. Now, okay, he's injured. So I don't have much choice. I'm going to have to play with Luke Shaw and bring Van Bin-Saka in maybe in the second half. Let's see if it says, no, it says just monitoring him. So let's give Shaw the opportunity to play here. Then we're going to have a right midfielder, and I'm just going to play with Sancho there. He's also a fitness concern. That's worrying things. So I'm going to play with Sancho on the right. I'm going to play with Pogba as that deep-lying playmaker. And then we want Bruno Fernandez as the other one, of course. And at the left, I've had a lot of thinking about this. And I think if you could see, or if you can see here, that his potential is enormous. So I think that they made his potential numbers were really high this time. So I wanted to actually use him. Hopefully he will be good enough. I mean, his ability at the moment isn't very great, but hopefully it's good enough to bring us to where we want to go. Now, look at this. Cristiano Ronaldo will, of course, be one of our strikers, but we're going to have to do with Karim Adeyemi, because Rashford is out, Elanga is out. I do believe that Karim already now is better than Elanga, though. Cavani, he's very old, and I want him on the bench. So I really only have 3 good strikers now, and hopefully Karim is a good striker. So I'm going to be picking him before Cavani. Then on the bench, we're going to start with Henderson. As I said, we're going to have Van Bin-Saka on the bench as well, and we're going to have Victor Lindelof, who actually, I believe, can, in a state of problem, he can play on the right as a defender as well. So yeah. And then we're going to use this new signing as well to put in Nicholas Saywald. I want him on the on the bench. I prefer him before Fred and Scott McTominay, to be honest. Might be irritating for some to believe, but looking at that potential, and only a half a star after Fred and McTominay. So, yeah, as a bench player, I think it's better to give him the minutes that, yeah. But I'm going to be having Scott McTominay on the bench as well in case of something problematic. I think Saywald will more be the one getting in if we're in the lead. McTominay might be the one if it's a draw or we're losing and Pogba gets injured. We're putting in McTominay since he has the better ability at the moment. But if we are 3-0 up and Pogba is getting tired, so why not give him the opportunity to get a 20-30 minutes time on the pitch and hopefully helping his development. That is what I'm hoping for anyway. And then we need other players on the bench here. We're going to go with Jesse Lingard as a right and left substitute. And we're going to go with Hannibal because I think he is probably the best central offensive midfielder that we have available to us. And he can play on the left side as well. He can take Shortire's position, and that's good. And Cavani, of course. Now the last one is because I don't think that any of these players that are free to play are good enough to even be in the squad. Yeah, I mean, Fred could be in the squad, but I want to get rid of him. I'm trying to sell him. Nemanja Matic, I want to sell him as well. So we're going to go with Matic for now. Hopefully both Matic and Fred will leave before the end of the transfer window here. And same with Alex Telles. I'm trying to get rid of him as well. That's going to be hard since he's out for another 5 weeks. So might be that he's going to be able to or have to stay until the January window, and hopefully we get something out of him in that window. I'm trying to get rid of Eric Bailey as well. He's 27. He's not going to reach that 3rd star, it looks, and yeah, so he's not going to be taking it away from Maguire or Raphael. So yeah, I'm going to keep him out of the team. So we can see that the short here on ability chance is Shola Shortire. Shortire. And of course, Karim Adeyemi is only 2.5 star. He has the potential to be a 5 star though. So even the potential to be better than Cristiano Ronaldo, according to this. So hopefully this will be good for him. And if things doesn't work out, we do have a Cavani to put in. And it is, as he's 34 and not in as great a shape as Cristiano Ronaldo, it is, I think, a good thing that we can have him on the bench, put him in to get the most out of him for just half of a game and stuff like that. So we're going to go now, and we're going to play this only game. Yeah, I know that there are a couple of players like that. We're going to have to give these players numbers. Let's give him 24, and we're going to actually give him... Do we want to give him number 9? Yeah, let's give him number 9. And let's get going. Because I think he's going to be a first-team player. And I think he's going to be... Oh, sorry about that. I'm going to lower the volume a lot here. Like that. Really sorry about that. I think Karim is going to become a player that we're going to use a lot this season because we don't have the money to buy anybody else. Yeah, we're pretty much forced to put him already into the team because he's most likely he is our best, our second best striker or third best striker, but the other two are so old that they will never be able to play every game. Not even Cristiano Ronaldo, even though he's taking really good care of himself, is not going to be able to play every single game, even if he stays out of injuries. So, yeah. Let's see if we can get something going here. Here's short tire. Here's Luke Shaw finding Fernandez. No, he did not. That wasn't very good. So, yeah. Here they move up. That's not good. Come on. They are coming through here. And they score as well. What a horrible start for us, lads. What in God's name? Now, I have done some changes to the tactics as well, in which I felt has been going quite well in the pre-seasons and stuff like that. We've beaten Barcelona 3-1 and stuff. But, yeah. For some reason, when the going get tough, the Sansomi manager gets beaten. Oh well. It's just a game, lads. But it is sad to see. Because you're very... I am a huge Manchester United fan, I must say. And it breaks my heart to see them the way they are in real life at the moment. And it's really frustrating to not be able to make them better than they are in real life yourself when you play them as a manager here, which you have been able to do even when Ferguson was manager. I was able to do something great with Manchester United. So, but yeah, let's not bicker about that. Maybe United was a bit overpowered in the previous, or in the, should I say, 92 to 2005, 6, or maybe even 10. Maybe they were a little bit overpowered in the game, so to speak. They were a little overrated and a little too easy to play with. But yeah, that's the way it has been, I guess. It's not that way now, though. To just can't put up your best players and hope for a win. And here's Shola Shortire. Oh, his first ever goal for Manchester United. And it's under my guidance that he gets that start. Perfect. Perfect. We have equalised. We shouldn't be this happy about an equalising thing, but we are. I can't lie about that. I am very excited about getting an equaliser here because it was very important for us, of course. Now, I want them to play better than this, that's for sure. Let's go there. Everybody got motivated. Good. Let's see what happens now then. Let's see if we can be better in the second half. Here's Fernandez. Here's Ronaldo. Adeyemi. And he finds Shortire. Can Shortire find a good cross here? No, he can't. Shaw. Shaw is brought down here, so it's a free kick for Manchester United. So let's look at this from Bruno Fernandez, and they're heading it away. And now they can go on the counter-attack, which isn't very good for us. Get the ball, lads. Get the ball. Do your job, Pogba. Come on. Put some pressure on them. That's good, but not good enough. Since we are not taking the ball back, they can do some tiki-taka play, it seems like, which isn't good. It's Brentford, for God's sake. They shouldn't be tiki-taking away from us. Oh, is that perhaps one of Shaw's weaknesses? He did not have the pace that their left or right midfielder had there. I could see that he couldn't keep up with their right midfielder. Here gets a good ball from Pogba to Karim. And Karim has to slow it down. Here's Luke Shaw. Usually he has, or in real life I should say, he actually do have some very good crossings. I've seen him be the reason United scored a lot when he's in form, I should say, because he hasn't been that of late. But when he's in form, he does have a lot of good crosses and often is one of the main reasons for United to score is Luke Shaw. So when he's out of order, United is out of order. So yeah, when he has a good game, United quite often has a good game. So yeah, maybe we should put more emphasis on Luke Shaw when it comes to the real United. And I don't know how to do that in this game though. More than make him perhaps happier to play in the game here. Did Alot get a yellow card for that, or did he? Here's Bruno Fernandez. We are not having. I haven't set up the free kicks and let's see here. Oh, Ronaldo gets it on goal. That's of course an important thing. Yeah, Dalot did get a yellow card. That's not good, but yeah, at least it wasn't red. Here's Bruno Fernandez. And here, oh, Varane is on. Oh, Maguire. Oh, it should have been 2-1 up there. Would have been great to start with 3 points. I must say that. I'm not having a very good feeling that we will get that goal, but maybe here with Cristiano, no, he just puts it on the goalkeeper. Should have done better there. He had loads of time, was completely free and everything, so yeah, bit of a bad thing there, but yeah, let's get on with it. We still have 25 minutes to go and try to get that scoring. And here, oh, they steal the ball. You know what? I'm going to have to do something about this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and put up to extremely high tempo. I'm going to get that much, trigger the press and get stuck in for the rest of this game. I mean, I do know that I risk getting yellow cards and even red cards by putting on that get stuck in. And if we score, I'm going to take us off that again, but now we need 3 points here. We don't want to start in a bad way. Here's Ronaldo, gets it back to Sancho, and Sancho is brought down. Is this a penalty? Let's see what there's pretty much going to be a VAR check here. Yes, it is. And will there be a penalty for us? We have gotten a penalty. And can Cristiano Ronaldo, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be Ronaldo, yes, can he put it in? He does! And we're in the lead. We have taken the lead, so we're going to take away that get stuck in, because we don't want to get any more cards. Well, we did get cards without it, so of course there is still a good chance that we get cards, but hopefully we won't now that we have taken that away. And maybe we should do something. Let's pause the game here, go into tactics, because I think Luke Shaw is looking very, very tired. So I think I'm going to be changing those two and take in Bin Saka on the right defender, the right defender here. And Sancho is looking very tired, but I don't think I really have Lingard. Let's give Lingard the opportunity. And who else is very tired? We have Cristiano Ronaldo looking a bit tired, but I think he's too important for us. So we do have, but these are too good. It's too much of a difference to put in, say, well, McTominay or Matic in for any of those two central midfielder. Should it be anybody, it should be Shortire, but we have Hannibal. He's not, though, a natural left midfielder, but he can play on the left side. So no, I'm not going to do any more changes. It's going to be Luke Shaw out and bring in Binsaka, and Sancho out and bringing in Lingard. Let's hope this will keep us at 2-1 at least. Here's Ronaldo giving it back to Varane, to Pogba, out to Lingard. Here comes Lingard. And he gets it back to Binsaka, and Ronaldo is there. Heads it straight on the goalkeeper. So very weird. Let's see here. And Pogba is there breaking that up. That's good. And could have been a good pass by Binsaka. Karim just couldn't reach it. It was just a little too hard. That pass, unfortunate. Varane to Pogba, to Bruno Fernandez, finding Alot, to Shortire, to Fernandez, to Karim. Karim trying to find Fernandez again. Ronaldo gets the ball, but that is blocked by the Brentford defender. Oh, here, this looks a bit dangerous. They are getting free here. Canos and Norgard. Canos, get the ball, lads. Let's not give them a 2-2 opportunity here. We only have 10 minutes to go. We need to keep this clean. Here's Shortire. Shola Shortire finding Karim. Karim, can he get the ball in, or he finds Shortire again? And Shortire could not find anybody but Alot. And here's Bruno Fernandez. Oh! And there is Lingard on the rebound. And we have 3-1 and we can breathe. Finally, we can breathe. Hoo-ha! You know what? We're going to do one more change here. And I can see that the really tired player is Bruno Fernandez here now. So I'm going to take him out. I'm going to get Nicholas the chance to play. But I want him to play as a deep lying playmaker. Or maybe we do continue with him like that, and instead we change this Mezzala into a ball-winning midfielder to try and get the grip of the defensive work here. So this is a way to change into a little more defensive without changing the tactics into a defensive. We do have two central midfielders now that are quite defensively oriented, and hopefully that can give us the control on the midfield and start to calm down the client game and keep this 3-1 lead here. Here's De Gea with the ball, and yeah, it's interesting to see. It was a bit nervous to be honest, with the experience of going out to the FA Cup 4-1 against West Bromwich in the last game that I did play, in the previous United save, where I ended up getting fired. I was feeling extremely bad by letting the first goal in, but we've turned this game around in a good way. And we now have a very, should I say, a very good opportunity and a good chance to grab those 3 points. And we are going to grab those 3 points. We're going to start the season with a good 3-pointer, and we're going to put that behind us, that we were 1-0 down at the start, and try to look at the positives here. We did turn this around. Shola Shortire did get his very first game for Manchester United. Cristiano Ronaldo got on in a good way by scoring. And Lingard came in and did another goal there, which is, of course, good when we have... and I'm going to go with that, even if it wasn't a good first half. It was a good second half from my players, which ended up giving us this victory. So... very happy with that, and Villa City are ahead of us. Other than that, but we still have a lot of games that hasn't been played, but none of them are really superstars. Liverpool losing their very first game but I guess it was against City or something. Yeah, it looks like it was against City, so not that big of a deal. But hopefully in this save, Liverpool won't run away like they did in the other save that we had, and then they strengthened their team during the summer, which made them start the second season just as good. This time I hope we have a little more control of other things, especially trying to stop the free transfer of Dibala to Liverpool. If they buy him, there's not much we can do because we don't have any money. I mean, £4 million, we can't compete with any of the top clubs, hardly the bottom teams, for a signature with £4 million. We can't get any player that are actually good for us. Not even youth players are very cheap like that. So yeah, so it's going to be tough. But we want to, should I say, we want to try and find young players and stuff like that, but we need to do things in a slow way and just so on and so forth. And yeah, good to start off the season with a 3-1 win. I think that was a very important. You can see here the friendlies that we did. We didn't have a good game against Bayern, but in all honesty, all the way down to Leipzig, we still hadn't gotten our better players back. Some of them were out. I know against Bayern we had a lot of players out since they played the Euros, and especially all the English players like Sancho and Maguire and so on and so forth. So you can see here we go into the Bayern game. Yeah, I had to play De Gea, Benzaka, Lindelof, Varane, Alot, Juan Mata had to play, Bruno Fernandez, Scott McTominay, Paul Pogba, Cavani, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Karim Adeyemi. So it was mostly the defense that was a bit off with, and of course Juan Mata on the midfield. So we probably had an okay team in that game, but it wasn't, of course, good enough to beat Bayern, which played with Robert Lewandowski, who got a hat-trick in that game. Very frustrating. And yeah. And in that one, I guess most of the English players that came back, like Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw, and Sancho, they were all tired and yeah, hadn't been training properly and stuff like that. So, but we're off to a good start with a 3-1 win, and hopefully we will get into this. I know that I have a lot of things to do in between the saves or the episodes here. I want to try and not change this, but I have actually made this a possibility. So this is that they are familiar, because they, if I'm not wrong, if I put in more of these different formation things, that they are training them, so the familiarity is of course going to be better when I need to change the formation. So I know I'm going to find a third one as well. I haven't really figured out how I want the third one to be, but I'm going to have a third one as well, so that they train all of those, so that they don't get a shock when I turn them around. So, but yeah, I have set pieces to play with. I have training that I need to play with, and so on and so forth. But I'm going to do all that off camera, and we will be back in the next episode and start things off. Let's see, against Everton, and hopefully we will have. I don't know if we're going to be 3 or 4 games. We're just going to have to go on a feeling, how we feel about how long it takes the episode. Now I haven't made any cuts in this episode because I feel that this is sort of I will probably name it episode 1, since we did play a league game, which I find is important to have an episode then. But other than that, it's probably much more been like I do these episode 0, where I go through what I've done during the summer, who I've bought, and so on and so forth. So most of this episode have been about that, and then we have topped it off with a game and a win against Brentford in the league. So I hope to see you in the next episode. Stay safe, have fun, and above all, take care of yourself. Bye bye bye.